Hello, my name is Peter Coddington. I'm with the Credentialed Mobile Device Security Professional, and welcome to CMDSP. Our goal is to codify the new corporate position worldwide around the world for corporations as well as any other entity, government organization, or anything else for the mobile IT administrator. And we're going to explain what that means in a few slides. Why do we have the credentialed mobile device security professional? Well, there's been an explosion in mobile devices if you haven't noticed. Everybody's using their iPhones, everybody's using their Androids, and in some cases their Windows mobile devices. Traffic cops can be seen using these things in the middle of an intersection while they're directing traffic. Kids are using them everywhere, and now adults and anybody in the workplace is starting to use them. As a matter of fact, CEOs around the world are now demanding that their IT departments, while on vacation or on the road, allow them to use their iPads and their Android tablets instead of their laptops. So this has been a real revolution that's been going on in this day and age. So the use of these devices in work has made things difficult for corporate IT departments today because consumerization is bringing iPhones and Androids into the workplace. And now with those consumer products, instead of an IT department controlling laptops and BlackBerries, people are bringing their own devices to work, or in some cases demanding that an iPhone or Android be given for work. Along with that, there's been deperimeterization of data. The data is no longer contained within a moat-like structure or a firewall. It is now available out on all these devices. So this is a real challenge. And corporate IT departments today are very inundated with work that they have to do. They're oversold to by vendors, and they usually don't have enough budget. So they have some real challenges here. To meet those challenges, they've turned to certifications. Certifications in the IT world have really exploded. 5 years ago, only 30% of the workforce used corporate or certifications for corporate IT functions. Now 66%, so that's a doubling in the 5 years. And 72% of employers claim that they use IT certifications as a requirement for certain job roles, and 65% of employers say they use IT certifications to differentiate between qualified candidates. So there's been a real rise in certifications. With that, here comes CMDSP, which was created by a lot of people that used to work with CISSP, which is another credential, CISSP, and they created CMDSP as a group about 5 years ago, and it has grown substantially. In the last 18 months, we've contracted with Arvado Bertelsmann, a very large book and learning materials distributor in Germany. Worldwide, they're making CMDSP pupil study guides and instructor manuals available to training centers around the world. We also offer the CMDSP test throughout the world on the Criterion Testing Network, which has 950 testing centers worldwide. We now have training centers in North America, Europe, and Asia, and we'll talk about one in Europe, our most successful one, shortly. We also are finding that it's now becoming a mandatory certification in certain organizations like the United Nations and other places where now employers are requiring that a mobile IT administrator have the credential of the credentialed mobile device security professional so that they can show that they can do the work of running an enterprise mobility management program. Here's an example of how training centers are making money with CMDSP. We have a training partner in Europe, happens to be in Ireland, CWSI. They do roughly 50 candidates a year, and it's growing fast. For 371 euros for the learning materials paid to CMDSP per pupil, they're charging 17.95 euros per pupil for a 2-day class. That's about 1,500 or 1,424 euro profit per pupil. This based on the rate right now between US dollars and euro down there in the corner. Now, what's most important is talking about what we cover at CMDSP. Our domains cover 4 areas. The first 3 are technologically orientated. The last one's job role task orientated for the mobile IT administrator, and that's item 4, the enterprise mobility management strategy, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But the first 3 are technological, and the first one is hardware, the different platforms that are available now. The iPhone is made by Apple. The Android's available on multiple different hardware platforms. And also what makes up the platform? What's the chip assembly in there? How many sensors are in there? There's 17 sensors in the hardware now. What makes a mobile device different than a laptop? Mobile operating systems, number 2, that's software. That's the software that goes on these devices for iOS and for Android devices, Windows for Windows devices, how those operating system stacks operate, where their vulnerabilities are, how the software works for the operating systems, as well as the software in an application, like an app that you download from the App Store, how those software systems work and where the vulnerabilities are. And also the software that's in the cloud that comes down on the mobile devices when the mobile devices are session-based and the software is coming down out of the cloud like a mirror and collecting the data, collecting the operational software just during that session, which is happening more and more. The third element is the connectivity to and from the device. This is near field communication. This is Wi-Fi. This is Bluetooth. This is cellular signals. This is how you get information on and off the device, where the vulnerabilities are, and how it's best used in an enterprise setting when it's being used for work. All of these items are important for a mobile IT administrator to have to be able to run it for work. The last element is how to do the job of a mobile IT administrator. How do you design a BYOD policy? How do you interface with human resources or with the finance department to get employees' devices reimbursed for cost on data plans? How to do training, how to select an MDM, how to run an MDM, how to run other software systems that are given and used in an enterprise management mobility system, things that do vet apps or things that help with mobile content management. These are all various things that are covered in CMDSP. At the end of this, you take a test. And once you take the test and you pass, you are credentialed for 3 years. And the test is available again around the world in 950 locations. You can see our certification process. The way to get started is you can go to a testing center or go to a training center and take the course, and the application fee is included in the course when you do that. You can self-study and come to the CMDSP website and apply if you wish, or you can buy the books through Arvada, which we strongly urge. Arvada is very good at distributing the books worldwide. After you feel as though you're prepared, you take the CMDSP examination as discussed, and you become certified. The certification lasts 3 years. And you can see our Melanie Seekins has given her testimonial. Melanie is the board chair for our board. And with that, we certainly hope you come to our website to learn more. We're at www.cmdsp.org. And thank you very much.